It is 7. I will call the meeting to order. We need adoption of agenda. Lester, Hector, all in favor, aye. Contrary, nay. Adopted, carried. Any declarations of conflict of interest? There being none, there are no presentations. 4. Adoption of minutes from meetings. April 15th, regular council meeting. Are there any errors or omissions? While you look at that, I want to mention we have difficulties with the cameras. We will only see the table at the front. I will try to name each councillor when he takes the floor. That being said, it's moved by Lester, seconded by Danny. All in favor say aye. Against, nay. Motion carried. 4.2, May 6th, Council in Committee. Are there any errors or omissions? Moved by Danny, seconded by Roussel. All in favor say aye. Contrary minded, nay. Carried. There are no business arising from previous council meetings. Are there any questions? There being none, we move on to the warden's activity report. 21st of April, there was a press conference at the university for the Acadian Festival, indicating the programming for the festival coming up this summer. On the 11th, there was a meeting in Digby with Mayor Ben Cleaving and Warden Linda Gregory and Emily Gordon Wilson to talk about Digby, Clare energy and other subjects. It took about an hour and a half. On the 19th of May, it's not really an official function, but Lisa Te Cafe, which replaces the Rendezvous La Baie, opened. It's looking good. I'm told that the official opening will be in September. They had a chef from Truro there who was showing them how to do things and giving them ideas for recipes. Now, another meeting that I wasn't able to attend, but Brian was able to go, concerning immigration on refugees. There are companies from Clare that were in attendance because they're interested in the question. It was an important meeting. It was the Temporary Foreign Workers Program. Cook would be replacing immigrants because the immigrants, they can have citizenship, and temporary foreign workers are temporary. So this is being discussed. The challenges that these people face, transportation and all number of things. There are pros and cons, but it was coming from Halifax. It was easier for transportation than Halifax, where it's a real challenge, and housing and a number of things. It was to make people aware how we could begin the process to bring immigrants and what the advantages would be. It's complicated. It's not easy. We have families and not just individuals. But it was a good conversation. It lasted a couple of hours, and it was there were workshops and to help us think about how to deal with these questions, how to deal with immigrants. We had a number of different thoughts and attitudes. If there are immigrants that come into our community, we have to think about how we will be welcoming them. It was a really worthwhile. It lasted a couple of hours. I know a number of companies are interested in these programs. So that's the report, Warden's Activity Report. Are there any questions? Are there any official statements from members of council? Hector. I want to congratulate Gerald and Marion DeVoe of Grosecock for their 70th marriage anniversary. Are we going to send them a certificate? I think we should send them a certificate. Correspondence. 8.1 sponsorship of Digby Port Days Renewable Energy Symposium. English. How do you want to treat this request? Pam already put it into her community development budget. Moved by Robert, seconded by Hector. Is there any discussion on the motion? That's $1,500 to support this event. Last year, I remember at Port Days, that really went well, so I'm sure this will be a success. So that being said, all in favor say aye. Contrary minded, nay. Carried. 8.2, a letter from the minister concerning the St. Benoni Bridge in English. Are there any comments? I'm very pleased to hear this news. It's been said a number of times that it was dividing the community. We are really all very pleased. We should have a small celebration. So the committee was well organized. I think it's important, even though it's not said very much, that we should thank Robert and Brian for going to Halifax to meet the minister to emphasize the importance of this bridge, and there was also support to the group. The group was well prepared. Everything was well done. We should perhaps write a letter of thanks to the group and also to Gordon and the minister. So you're in agreement that we should send a letter of thanks. 9, presentation of the 2015-2016 municipal budget. For this year, the assessment we have received for residential properties of 400 and resource properties 42 million approximately, and commercial property 60,461,000. This gives us revenue of from taxes, which would be 6,400,000 approximately. But if you allow me, we will jump over page 3 and we look at page 4. We have already talked about the amounts of taxes. We have the forest properties of 50,000 acres and less. That brings in $25,744. Forest property over 50,000 acres brings in $8,962, and the area rates for street lights brings in $25,393 for a total of taxes of $6,232,189.
Then we go to the grants. There's one from Alliant based on the revenues that we receive for $47,594. There's one from Nova Scotia Power for $6,046, and UNSM we have from Nova Scotia Power a rebate of $19,500 for projects we do throughout the year. For 73,140, the deed-transfer tax is 72,500. They have also revenue from the sewer systems. The one in Church Point gives us $34,500. Meteghan $71,550. Billy Boscove $13,400. And there is an amount for frontage charges on properties there. In Billy Boscove would be $3,000, and in Meteghan $5,000, which gives us a total of $199,550. Then we have grants in lieu of taxes from the federal government, $17,000. The federal government agencies, $4,500. The provincial properties, resources, farms, and supporting institutions, $117,000. Crown Timberlands, $14,465. Fire protection grant for schools, $13,309. The Nova Scotia Liquor Corporation tax of $8,576 that we receive, and civic addressing grant of $3,342, for a total of grants in lieu of taxes is $178,192. So we go to page 5. There, the landfill tipping fees and white goods, of sale of white goods, kinds of metals, $278,648. And then for building permits, $25,000. The fines from the RCMP, 10,500. We have rent from Clare Health Center, $283,348. The rent of Comoville School, which is 2,400. The rent for the courts is $3,832. An operation grant for the Southwest Nova District Health Authority is 59,834. Eco Park, the rent is 9,322. Sonyville Religion Rentals is $12,000. The Rendezvous de la Bay, $1,800. Return on investments is $15,500. Penalties and interest on taxes, $84,500. Area rate collected for the fire departments at 5 cents of a uniform area rate, which gives us $276,025. This money has been sent for the fire departments, and in the next line shows $103,600 that goes back to the departments, and this is for capital, for equipment for the departments, and the balance of this money will be seen in another section. The tax sale fees, $26,500. Miscellaneous, $5,000, which gives us a total of revenue of $711,961. If we go to page 6, unconditional transfers from other governments, the equalization grants of $223,087, the unconditional transfers from gas tax, $223,087, and we send to the gas tax reserve, which we remove from the budget for future projects. We will have also transfer $50,000 from a capital project later on. So we go then to page 7. Low income engine. These are expenses, are all expenses to the next pages. $78,350 low income exemptions under general government services. Council honorarium $166,530. Mileage and conferences $25,000. Transportation translation is $10,000. With the administration, we have 5 positions for which amount to $303,715. CPP $11,473. UIC $6,558. Pension plan $15,575. Insurance $12,500. Clerk's pension, that would be the pension of the CAO that was here before me, $5,000. We continue to support this. IT support, this is $35,000. The newsletter, $2,800. Home page production and the website and the Ustream, $10,500. General repairs, $8,000. Lawn maintenance, snow removal and landscaping, $11,500. Janitors salaries, $13,435. Heating fuel, $17,000. Postage, $24,000. Supplies, $16,500. Solicitor, $20,000. Promotional materials, $2,500. Hydro, $13,500. Equipment rental, $4,500. Advertising, $5,500. Telephone and fax internet, $9,000. Auditors, $45,000. Workers' compensation, $5,800. brief presentation, $5,000. UNSM membership, 4,600. FCM membership, 1,463. AMA membership, 900. Banking fees and debit, $3,000. Of office equipment and small furniture, 12,500. Special events, 5,500. Miscellaneous, 11,000. Assessment services, 250,695. Election mileage, training and conferences, 26,500. Insurance for property liability, 34,265. Translation of documents, $3,000. Grants to organizations, 45,000. Organizational review, 26. So we'll lead the grants that were accorded. Each year we send a grant shopper that we can apply for grants to organization, and this year I will go to the list of the organizations that had money approved. St. Mary Animal Society, $1,250. That will be 50% of capital. It will go up to $1,200. Clare Feral Friends, $1,000 capital for Clare Curling Associations, $5,000. There's 3 of 4 years. And for the curling rent, for a nice plant, Clare Minor Hockey. This was for sweaters, 3,000. Clare Shooting Association, $3,000. Digby Coral Federation, $250. Le Moulin of La Bessette Marie decided $1,000 and sponsor 2 concerts. Salmon River Association, $1,500 capital. Soccer Minor of Clare, $2,500 for equipment. Southwest Nova ATV Association, $1,000 per year for the next 3 years. So they won't have to ask again for the next couple of years to try to encourage the group. Southwest Nova Biosphere Reserve Association, $500. And the Horizons of Concession, $2,500 to a total of $34,250. Right. Did we miss Clare Golf and Country Club? There were 2. It was $11,000 because of the trees that were taken down. They had made a presentation to council before Christmas to help pay for the trees that came down with the big storm.
Are there any questions? We continue. Organizational review, $25,022. Tax sale expense, $25,000 for a total of $1,053,802. On page 8 now, RCMP, we have 7 members for $1,038,656. Prosecution services, $6,000. DNA testing, $4,000. Corrections, that's prisons, $123,235. Bylaw enforcement, $4,000. Unsightly premises, $1,000. Animal control officer and expenses, $6,000. Animal control operations, $8,000. Fire departments, here we have general operations, $279,630. Level 1 training, $5,000. Members Association, These are the ceremonies for appreciation, $5,000. Fire department shared services, $7,000 for a total for fire departments, $296,630. And then I was speaking early of the $103,600 which was sent to the fire departments for new capital. And there's also $100,000 which is given to reimburse a loan which the department had granted in order to buy equipment. That was for $1 million, and now they are paying $1,000 every year as long as until the loan is repaid. It comes out of the area rate, and then there's the interest on that loan, $19,092, and there's EMO, $12,500, Clare Search and Rescue, $5,000, signage, a number of storms blew down a number of signs, $11,500, civic numbering, $2,000, building inspections and development officer, salary for 2 persons, $114,514, pension $4,778, unemployment $2,609, pension $8,101, health insurance $4,100, workers' compensation $2,563, conventions and training $8,000, supplies $5,000, truck repairs $10,000, and there we have security for seniors, $35,860 for a salary. And we go to page 9. Yes? How are some of these figures calculated? There's a calculation which is done. The province sends the numbers. It used to change, but later it seems to stay pretty well steady. It went up a little bit, but not much. How many people does Clare send? Is there some way of finding that out? I'm not entirely certain that that's how it works. We send a lot of people, but each population pays a percentage. There's a formula. We pay quite a bit. On page 9, there's public transit, Transport de Clare, $23,000, sidewalks and streetlights and roads, repairs, $33,000 for sidewalks, snow removal for sidewalks, $28,669, street lights area rate, $32,167. It's collected and then paid back out. And we go to debt charges. The principal for the Clare Health Center, that's year 7 of 20 at $127. The principal is for a second loan for fire departments of $53,333, and that makes us a total loan payments of $178,333. We go to page 10. Sewer systems, training and conference, $3,000. Wages, $67,000 for 1.5 positions. Pension, $2,840. UI 1,673. Pension plan 3,200. Workers comp 1,300. Group insurance 2,600. Truck payments, maintenance and gas $12,000. Then we go to sewage treatment plant. That's the one at Matagan. Hydroelectricity, 18,567. Supplies and repairs, 18,191. Snow removal, 1,000. Testing, 44,500. At Church Point we have hydro. It's still the sewer system, $8,084. Supplies and repairs, $6,500. Testing, $4,700. Snow removal, $600. At Bellyville Cove, operations of the sewer system, $25,000. Insurance on the sewer system, $548, for a total cost for sewers of $181,303.
Then we go on page 11, solid waste services. Garbage and waste collection, $384,596. Transportation operations, $32,000. Property insurance, $2,492. Organic tipping fees, $71,250. Queen's tipping fees, it's $285,000. Solid waste schedules, green cards, etc., $12,000. Recycling tipping fees, $85,000. Landfill wages of 3 people, $117,683. CPP, $5,194. UIC, $2,999. Workers' comp, $1,950. Pension plan, $5,235. Health insurance, $2,900. Wage check administration, $19,672. Beach cleanup, $2,500. Legal dump cleanup and ditches cleanup, $2,000, which gives us a total of $1,032,473. Then we go to page 12, the health center, Clare Health Center. Administration secretaries, $254,682. CPP, $10,756. UI, $607. Health insurance, $6,700. Workers' comp, $9,109. Office supplies, $4,900. Medical clinical license, these are not travel and driven, $4,000. Student house, $399. Cleaning supplies, including strip and wax floors, $5,500. Telephone, internet, telehealth, $8,300. Hydro, $30,650. Sewer services, $1,050. Snow removal and mowing, $24,000. Repairs, $20,000. Small equipment, $12,000. Property insurance, $3,893. Miscellaneous purchases, $10,000. Then we go to discuss the expenses for this medical center, $444,627. Under new equipment, doctor recruitment and incentive, $80,000. To operate the house next to the medical center, which brings students there, $7,000. Low-income seniors housing operating deficit 29,500. The interest on the long-term debt of the Clare Health Center is, we had the interest is $90,375 for doctor recruitment, and it says that there's 80,000. With this money that goes to doctors, some of it not specifically this year, but there is a doctor who's coming in outside the provinces. He gets here in August, so we put some money aside and we keep the door open if we're working with Weymouth to see there might need some money there to make sure that somebody will replace doctor. Chances are we won't need this full amount, but it's better to have it there. I was wondering if we people who are there, I think the idea would be to, if we don't spend all this money, that we could transfer some of this money for when after the contract, 3-year contract is finished. We have a commitment for 3 years, so we would have money ready for this. So we go to page 13, environmental planning and zoning. Planning meetings 11,750, subdivision regulations 3,000, municipal plan implementation 5,000, bylaw review 5,000, bylaw translation 50% paid by the province, $3,000, watershed planning 25,000. There we go to environmental development services, regional enterprise network, REN, which is the REN, 52,763. And then Wentworth Lake Park, we budgeted $1,000. Bellevos Cove Development, the wharf insurance, $8,160, which gives us a total for environmental development services of 105,503. We go to page 14, recreation services for $249,905. Buildings and facilities, Metegan Library branch 16,000. The janitorial salaries, Metegan branch $6,000. The insurance for the library $2,300. Extra hours per week for overtime at the library is 4,500. Garage, Comoville Hydro is 3,763. The garage, Comoville garage insurance 53. Building repairs is 20,500. West Comoville Courthouse building $2,600. Comoville Courthouse insurance 1,167. Comoville building repairs for the courthouse 37,938. Metegan Park insurance there's something that happened there that's not correct. This seems to be an error. There are numbers there that do not jive. For repairs for the Comoville shouldn't be that amount. The 53,000 should be, the mountains are correct, but they're on the wrong line. The 53 The Western Regional Library is 52,377, and the courthouse is $20,500, and the repairs for the building 2,600. Metegan Park insurance 1,167.
And we have Echo Park operations 27,000. Echo Park insurance 8,447. Sonyville Legion general operations 34,000. And then the insurance for the Legion, which will be general operations, are 34,000. But that number seems to have been added twice. Sonyville Legion for insurance 6,735. Cultural services contribution to Festival Acadien $28,350. The Société Historique for Major Point $805. St. Anne's University Filtration System $25,000. Yarmouth Airport 3,000. Sorry, no, there's no amount there. It's a repayment of a grant that was given, so there's no amount this evening. Yarmouth Hospital Foundation for a CT scanner $18,982. And then we go to community development and economic development, budgeted $144,515, and the budget for tourism development $189,778. Mandatory contribution to school board $1,667,863, and from there we go to total capital requests. Bellevue Cove Wharf $22,000, the Monument of Odyssey $15,000, Metegan Library paving half of the cost $4,000, land purchase for waterfront access $20,000, Bellevue Cove sewer $30,000, Metegan sewer extension, there's nothing there. These projects are on the books because we have no applications for the money, but if we do not receive the grants, we will go try get money out of the gas tax. So the Metegan sewer extension is estimated at $1,142,000 approximately, and the sludge dewatering technology in Metegan, that would be $97,500. This will come out of grants or out of the gas tax, depending on whether our applications are approved. The Sonyville Legion has a $100,000 project, and we have budgeted $50,000 for this year. Miscellaneous capital projects, we have put $33,335, and then there's a $40,000 that would go on the next page. We will bring it from the preceding page. For the Legion, you should perhaps explain that it's not going to take $100,000 from the municipality. No, the project is priced at $100,000, and we would only have to pay 50%. So that brings us to the end of the budget, and we will go back to page 3, which brings us to revenue of $8,550,014 and expenses of $8,550,014, which gives us a balanced budget. The warden has the floor. We have done a lot of work on this budget, and the residential rate remains the same as last year at $1.04, and for business it would be $1.07, same as last year. So we balance the budget and the taxes stay the same. I think that the council will have a number of meetings to go through all the details. Last year the budget was very difficult. There were a lot of cuts, and the council had to do a lot of work to be sure that we could balance the budget with the recycling plant closing. That helped the finances of the municipality, and we did a study of the Rendezvous de la Baie, and we brought in an external group, Cord, which helped us a lot. Robert, I think it's important to mention that what we did during the year is examine what the responsibilities really are for the municipality. If we invest in areas of business that aren't part of the business of a municipality, we get into trouble, like operating a cafe. We have a tourism association with Yarmouth. We're involved in the airport in Yarmouth that costs $30,000. We got out of that. We had a recycling operation. It's a responsibility which comes to municipalities, but we've gotten out of that. I congratulate everyone who's worked so hard on all of this and how difficult it was. I think our responsibilities are to the people in the municipality of Clare. We have balanced the budget, and we are giving more services, and we are cleaning the sidewalks, and we can now build more sidewalks because we have increased the reserves, and we can give more services to the municipality by reducing our expenses on the outside of Clare. And this is an exercise we should continue doing. Is there someone else? Yeah, on behalf of the council, I would like to thank Connie and her team, and I think we should pass a motion to make it official. So the first motion, I'm trying to find the motions. The first one are the municipal taxes. Is there someone who wants to make the motion? Roussel? I move that the 2015-2016 municipal tax rates for the municipality of the District of Clare be as follows: $1.04 per $100 of assessment as the residential tax rate, same rate as last year, and $2.07 per $100 of assessment as the commercial tax rate. Moved, seconded by Hector. Is there a discussion? All in favor say aye. Carried. Next, sewer service charges. Robert, I move that the municipal sewer service charges for the sewers for 2015-2016 be as follows: Meteghan Center, Meteghan River, $150 per unit; Church Point, $150 per unit; Belleville Cove, $200 per unit. And these are the same rates as last year. Seconded by Danny. All in favor say aye. Against? Carried. Street light rates. Is there someone who wants to make the motion? Lester? I move that the sidewalk street light rates for 2015-2016 be as follows: Highway 1 and Patrice Road, Church Point, $68.34. Highway 1 Littlebrook and Comoville, $40.88. Highway 1 Sonyaville, $60.46. Highway 1 at Metegan River, $63.84. Placid Como River at Metegan River, $75.57. Highway 1 and Peter Jugar Road at Metegan, $40.31. And these are the same rates as last year. Is there a seconder? Roussel, all in favor, say aye. Against? Carried. Dates, due date and interest rate commencement date. Hector, I move that the due date for payment of municipal taxes be the 31st of July 2015 and the interest at a rate of 1.5% per month as it was last year, begin on August the 1st, 2015. Seconded by Danny. All in favor? Against? And now we would need a motion to adopt the 2015-2016 municipal budget. Roussel, I move that the 2015-2016 municipal budget for the municipality of the District of Clare be approved as presented on Wednesday, May 20th, 2015. Seconded by Lester. All in favor say aye. Against? Carried.
Another budget. It is certainly better than last year. Saying this, we will go to number 10, Chief Administrative Officer report. 11, committee reports. The format here on the agenda is always the same because of the organizational review. There will be changes made when the building development committee, tourism and recreation will be amalgamated in one committee. So I don't think the committee is made up yet, so it will change the format on these, so there won't be any report until the changes are implemented here. 11.1 building permits report. Danny. Any comments or questions? And now we go to no planning report. Vida, do you have a report? Brian? No. Waste check. I don't think you had any meeting. No. Number 12, new business, Canada 217 legacy project. Before we start the discussion, we had a letter from Yvonne Ferguson that explains the project in its general lines. So John Ferguson made a presentation to one of meetings of council, but there were no consensus, but there were really two scenarios or two possibilities. Was either to go 100% with the project, or else some people support the idea to form to fund the first portion, which would be the from $4,000 to $11,000, and then see what the overall project would be before going all the way. How many signed this agreement? If you've seen this, signed this, are we committing ourselves to contribute from 4 to 11,000? They have a formula that will be our percentage based. If we seen this agreement, it commits us to form a corporation, an independent corporation at the same time. But if it costs 3 or 4 million to develop something, at what point do we decide that maybe we don't want to support this project? Would there be like a 3-month interval? There is a clause that says that we should give notice 3 months in advance if we want to get out of the agreement. Because
Roussel. I think that you are correct, Robert. We don't know what it's going to cost yet, and when we know, when they know, they can come and see us. I don't think that will stop anything. Like Robert said, there's nothing in our municipality that if we can limit what we can give, I would go into it, but I don't think we want to sign anything. Danny? Oh, that's what's happening. It's going too fast. We don't have enough details to really make a comfortable decision. It sounds like a good project, and I hope it goes ahead, and I hope it makes a good film, but it seems like there's a bit too much that's unknown. When they came to do their presentation, you all had a copy of the agreement, but at the same time he said that other municipalities with their lawyers were looking at the agreement and making changes, and even the public had suggestions. But a formal agreement, after everyone's looked at it, and there are changes that are being made right now. Digby still has suggested changes that haven't come out yet. So the final draft is not ready. Hector, I think that I'm in agreement with Robert that we could just put in 5,000 and that would be it. And we could see what happens in the fall. Honestly, if we sign the intermunicipal agreement, we don't even know what the final agreement is. If it's 25%, and we don't know what the cost is, and we sign something, if it costs 66 million, and they can't find the money, the ones who signed are responsible. Is there any other discussion? Lester, as you were saying, you have seen agreements that were changed a bit. Is it possible that they're changing, giving different levels of participation? It's not different levels, but there's a lot of discussion is around borrowing money. There were municipalities who had difficulties with the way it was written because it gave to the organization the power to borrow money. With a majority vote, it would take the two largest municipalities to invest money in it, but at the same time, there were concerns with the wording. One of the reasons that they're creating this entity is to be able to borrow money, because when the project comes, it will more than $5,000. It'll be big money. It would be a possibility to talk to us about having two levels, municipalities that want to be part of the agreement, and at another level there could be municipalities that would be more at ease in going in the way we are suggesting. We're perhaps doing just that, creating another new level. I think there are a couple of municipalities that still haven't signed yet. Is there any other discussion? Lester, you look like you have something to say. I'm not at ease. There's something missing here, and we don't know for sure what it is. The project is really interesting, but I think we should be careful, a bit more careful. Robert, I would ask the following question to the council. If the request had come from anyone else, would we consider financing a film for the internet, a pedagogical material for $3 million? And then would we manage such a subject? I don't think so. So what? It's a good project, and I'm sure it's interesting for Annapolis, and they can manage it. But we can consider making a contribution, so we can give them $5,000 to develop the project. They can show that there's a participation from us if that helps them with going ahead. They say, we support them, but we don't want anyone on their board. And when it's all set up, we can perhaps consider more financial support. And we wouldn't be faced with having to break an agreement. We wouldn't have any trouble getting out of an agreement. It's in the interest of the municipality of Clare to not have these people spending this money in our name. We don't know what the intermunicipal agreement is going to be in the end. That's the point.
I think, is there anybody
Does anyone
comments
have
to add?
another comment? Are we ready for the vote? All in favor say aye. Against? Carried. So that's the last item on the agenda for the council, the council and committee. There are not a lot of items on the agenda. The fact that we are a bit in a transition phase with new employees, if there were a lot of items that needed to be decided, it would be different. But my suggestion is to cancel the committee and council, the council and committee meeting. There are no presentations and there are no items that can't be postponed. So if you're all in agreement, we will not have the council and committee, but we will have the regular council meeting on the 17th of June. That being said, a motion to adjourn would be in order. Hector. Good evening, everybody.